Hello everybody, Jordy here at Carving Fusion. My good friend Bennett's studio on the lake has been carving Christmas gnomes. And, well, when I saw his video, him carving Christmas gnomes, I said, well, hey, I want to start carving gnomes too. I carved a couple last year. One like this is just a little salt and pepper shaker one. You see? They're very simple to carve. And this could be a very good carve for a beginning carver, right? So, here's a couple pieces of basswood I just cut out with my bandsaw. You guys, if you had like a branch, you could use a branch or cut it out with a friggin' normal saw or a jigsaw or something. So see how everything's square, okay? This basswood comes from Studio on the Lake too. I believe he's still giving some away. Anyways, but let's carry on. Here's the Fordham SR series, okay? This is the Fordham. So let me set it up here so you can see how much bigger the Fordham is than the Dremel. These are 1/4 inch bits that, for all of you that don't know, this is a Fordham. This is 1/4 inch bits. It's a Kutzall. You guys, if you want to get these Kutzall burs, go to the link below, the description below. A big menu will open up. You'll go to the Kutzall site, use the code CFusion, and you'll save yourself 5%. So here's the Dremel. Here's the Kutzall. Look at the size difference, okay? So this is the Kutzall burr in here too. Extreme Flame burr is my go-to burr. Extreme Flame. So you guys know, I suggest when you use the Big M Fordham, do not wear like cloth gloves, because if this burr hits your glove, and hits that cloth glove, it will snag it and it can snap your finger. So get yourself some nice smooth leather gloves if you want to use this bigger stuff here, okay? And you see here when I'm carving it, shaping it, this thing wants to spin this way, right? So you want to make sure if it grips and it takes off, it's not going to hit anything. So always don't leave your finger here, because if it takes off, it will hit your finger. Always keep in mind to leave this hand, so when it takes off, it will just run on by and it won't hit your hand here or something, right? Okay. So I'll get this rounded out in a time lapse. You guys can see how it works. See, watch. Just goes on by. If I went like this, let's carve it like this, it would hit there. And this is a skin ripper. It is. Okay, you can see here now I kind of got them rounded off a bit. That's why I suggested if you got a round branch, just cut it up and then made this part of the hat with a saw or whatever. A branch would probably work best, right? Something round shaped. So I'm not going to carve both these gnomes on this video, so let's just focus on one, and then we'll show you the two that I do at the end of the video. So let's focus on this one here, okay? So, you know, your gnomes don't have to have eyes. Your gnomes don't have eyes, actually. Look at this guy. He doesn't have eyes. He just has a little fat, round nose and the beard. Okay? It's very simple. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the best place to carve the face. Where I think this one's kind of leaned forward a bit, so I'm going to choose right here. We'll do his face right here. So this will be his hat up top. Duh. Okay, so you can, for where his nose goes, if you look at this guy, you see how the hat kind of goes up on an angle and then down back around the eyes. So, oh no, where was the side I wanted to use for the front? I don't know, it's okay. So let's do this. We'll put a center line in for his nose. I'm a little bit plugged up today. So there's his nose. So then the hat will just come up like this, and then we'll bring it down. Okay. So what I'm going to do now with my Kutzall, with my Dremel 4000 flex shaft. This is a beginning Dremel carving video is what it is actually. I'm going to go along, cut all on the bottom side of this line. I'm going to cut right on the line. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to cut right on the line, then I'm going to remove this wood. And then I'm going to round everything off, make it so this guy's like a fat little gnome guy, right? So I'll round the bottoms off too. And we'll get his, if you guys want to learn how to carve a wood spirit, this is kind of the same way. I'm going to cut all on the outside of this nose. And then I'm going to remove the wood around the nose, okay? Carry on. Carry on. Okay, so you guys can see what I got going on here so far. One has a little ball on the top, one doesn't. I'm trying to, I guess the word would be called replicate Ben's studio on the lakes. I should have had some pictures on hand. Because what I really like about Ben's gnomes is he has like, you can just see shadows of little arms tucked behind beards. Tucked, because his beard comes down here. Right, and he has these little arms coming down here and tucking in, keeping his hands warm in the behind the beard. So that's what really stuck out to Ben's. So I think I might have already taken off some too much wood here on this side though. So, but let's try it anyways. You guys remember when you're making your gnomes, it's your gnome. Like, just because I'm trying to replicate Ben's doesn't... Oh, I'll also leave a link to his YouTube channel listed below. He's one of my favorite YouTube channels. Okay, I'm just going to put this aside here, and I'm going to show some pictures of Ben's gnomes right here. I'll leave a link to this video. Actually, I'll leave a link to this video, to his video for the gnomes listed below too. It will be the first thing you see. Studio on the lake. I'll put studio on the lake, and then I'll leave a link to his gnome video. So there's the pictures of his gnomes. I really like them. I think they're super cool, Ben, and it motivated me more to carve some. And you guys, yeah, these are Christmas gnomes. I always like to give the veterans for Remembrance Day a shout out, because this is a Christmas video before Remembrance Day, right? So it's always good to remember the soldiers. So our beard will go down here. Let's do this. Let's do a studio on lake beard. Just kind of be whatever you want it to be. Okay, so there's his beard. You can make it choppy and stuff like that. So I think his hands... I seen Ben out. There's one picture that I just posted. I'll post it again. You just see one line. You see one line coming down. So he just said, there's his hands. So I don't know. Put this lower here. And then there. And then maybe give it a little bit of a roundness there or something. I'm not too sure if the arms are going to work out, because I might have taken too much wood. Okay. So there you go. We'll just do that. So we're going to cut. We're going to cut this beard in. But we're going to leave these hand lines. See the arm line? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm sure Ben's studio at Lake would agree. Just kind of, if you get a little shadow of it there, it will look kind of come off as hands, arm things. Who knows? It's my first time doing it, so you don't win them all. You don't win them all. So what I'm going to do first is cut out the beard first on the outside of the beard line, and then I'll cut the hands and round everything off and try and make it, and round the bottom off too, so it's not so square on the bottom. You just want these things to look round and fluffy, I guess. You'd want them to be fluffy little fluffy things. For all you that don't know, I'm running the Dremel 4000. So there's what I got so far. What I was struggling with these two carvings, the question, what was I struggling with these two carvings? I struggled with this basswood because I'm such a speed carver. This basswood is inconsistent because it's spalted. So that means there's like super hard spots and super soft spots. Well, hard and super soft. So that's just because I don't have much experience carving it. And I was struggling to get these arms to look like arms because I've never done them. Even though they're just a simple thing like that, everybody, and it's not, if you haven't done it before, you might struggle. But if you look at it like this way, yeah, it looks like arms. That guy looks like arms, doesn't he? Little arms tucked under his beard. And his hats have brims on them. I think that might be different than Studio on the Lake. And this guy has a fruity little Christmas ball thing on top there. So what I'm going to do now is detail the beard hairs. I got this kit on Amazon. It's $20. They're little metalworking burr. You guys can find these on my Amazon store. If you go to the description below, you'll see a whole list of stuff in my Amazon store for carving. I'm going to use this. Let's see if it can zoom in here. Okay. See, it's got a cut. It's a flat edge. It's got a cutter on the, it's just like the aluminum working burr that I used, the bigger one, but this is a smaller one. It's got a cutter on the sides and on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. But anyways, I'm going to go along, put the beard hairs in. Then I got this Peterblair sounding mandrel with this, what's this, Scotch-Brite. You guys get the green stuff from the dollar store. And then I'm going to run around. I got this Scotch-Brite from Pete. This is good stuff. But this is a Peterblair sounding mandrel. You guys can get these down in my description below. You'll see Peterblair's email. You can email him how much he ships worldwide, but I'm not too sure how much they cost right now because the price fluctuates. It goes up and down. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it sporadic, right? See some deeper cuts. Okay, so you guys can see that. So I'll get this done and I'll be back. Okay, for the beard hairs, things kind of changed a bit. That burr wasn't working good enough for me. So I switched out the metalworking burr and I used this one. Come on, zoom in. This is the little flame one. Might not zoom in properly, but you guys can get the idea. So now that's done. Now I got a diamond burr in my Dremel piece. I'm going to run around and clean it up. Studio on the Lake and just carve raw really like those ruby burrs, but I don't want to spend $15 on a ruby burr. I guess that's the bottom line. So I'll run around, take my time, and clean it up with this diamond burr. Then I'll use this. Okay, so here's what we come up with our silly little gnomes. Do those arms look like arms, Ben? I had to switch up a few things. That Scotch-Brite wasn't working good enough because you got to remember basswood is labeled as a hard wood. So I had to use the Peterblair mandrel with that emery cloth sanding paper on it to do all the sanding. Let's just give you a full 360 of these little beasts. I noticed on Ben's video, I got his screenshot pictures, his sides of his hat come down lower. But whatever, just create your own stuff, right? Make it your own piece, right? So this is their Studio on the Lake gnomes, but they're still Carving Fusion gnomes. So what I got to do now, you guys can pull out your wood burner and burn details and stuff in it. But what I got to do now is I don't have a paintbrush thin enough to do the little white paintings that he does on the hats. And I do want to go buy some better paints. So looks like I'm going to take a trip through the tunnel to Richmond to Michael's and get some better painting supplies. Okay, so we are here. That's good news. I got some more good news. Over here is a Tim Hortons, so I can get a Tim Hortons after. But the bad news is, over there is a Dollarama store, so I'll have to go look to see if I can get some more Christmas trees for my Christmas lights. Even though I already have 150 sets, I'm just addicted to the Christmas tree. How much is this? Like $4 a brush. You're killing me, Ben. You're killing me. Killing me, Ben. Killing me. Okay, so I just wasted $50 on paints. The number 2 grade paints. No, I'm not buying number 1 grades and 3 grades. I'm not spending $100 on paints when I could get the same paints, well, shittier kind of paints from the dollar store. And they still paint. So they're calling for storms here anyways, but I don't know, it's a little bit windy, but it's not too stormy. So I'm just gonna go to Dollarama. Oh, you guys, if you have a Michael's there in area and you don't have your little percent savage codes, just when you go up to the till, put your cell phone in your pocket, turn the ringer off, say your cell phone's, you can't get your custom coupon on your, to pull up on your cell phone, and they'll automatically give you the discount, whatever they got at the time. Okay, bye. Please don't have Christmas lights here. Uh-oh. Good, they don't really have what I'm looking for. What are these? Yeah, they don't have what I'm looking for, thank God. Yeah, it's raining pretty good, but it's not too windy for like crazy storm. I was hoping there's going to be a crazy storm so I can go beachcombing in it. Cottonwood bark. Here, this cottonwood bark has been sitting outside here for 4 years. Look, still looks cool to me. Let your carvings weather. This is one of my first carvings, a Buddha kind of thing. Another one that's been sitting out here for 4 years. Look how cool when they weather. Carry on.
Hi there, my name's Mr. Shithead. You want to go do some painting with Jordy? Let's go do some gnome painting. Be safe, everybody.
Okay, so back at the home fort. This is the paint I got. What's it called? Winsor & Newton. This is number 2 grade stuff. Where does it say it? Anyways, it's number 2 grade. So I've learned from Studio on the Lake that there's number 1, number 2, number 3 grade. Number 1 is the worst, number 2 is second worst, and number 3 is the best. So I'm not gonna friggin' buy number 3 paints when I'm not gonna use it that much. I got a whole bucket full of dollar store paints like this big, this like that. Okay, so I got the colors Ben used on his gnome. I got a red color. I don't know. It's not gonna friggin' zoom in. So what's this? Pigment rose. I got some white, titanium white, some Mars black, some hookers green. That's wicked. This is my favorite color right here. And what's this color here? Some baby blue, some powder blue, because he says you need to do the beards, mustaches blue. And I also picked up this watercolor. Ben said I should get the 140 pound for watercolors, because I am going to buy some watercolor paints for my other channel, Let Art Find You. But so I will be doing some watercolor painting, but I didn't buy the watercolors because they wanted like $40 for a little tube of the number best grade stuff there is. So I said I better wait. Maybe I could find some number best grade stuff on Amazon. Already got this little brush here too. It's a little small tip there for the little things on the hat, the little friggin' detail things. And yeah, so good thing they didn't have the Christmas lights at dollar store, but I got these these mushroom things, marshmallow Santas. Yeah, and when you go to the dollar store, you have to get yourself a pack of fusion cookies. Yeah, chocolate fusion. They're awesome. Carry on. Okay, so I think I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna make one of these guys a Christmas gnome and one of them just a normal gnome. I think I'll make this guy a Christmas gnome. So we'll paint it because he's got the fruity little thing up there. So we'll paint this guy's hat red first. Then this is when you want to take your time, put some music on, and just this is relaxing time till you get to the little detail stuff on the hat. Okay, so I already got some of the red in the tray. So this red kind of looks a bit pinkish to me, but then again, it doesn't. It's for Christmas anyway, so who cares? I'm just saying that I don't like the pinkish looking red. So I don't know how long this stuff takes to dry too. That's why I like the dollar store stuff because it's cheap and it dries super quick. So I'm not going to be too careful when I do this because, well, I just really don't care. But then again, I do care because I went and bought the more expensive paints honoring Mr. Ben's studio on the lake because you'll probably send an email to me if I use the cheap paints. You'll be like, Jordy, you gotta get some better paints, man. You can't stop. You gotta stop using that dollar store bullshit. You need to buy the most expensive paints, and that's just the bottom line. So, anyways, how about I get this pink red done, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got the tops of those things painted red. I changed my mind. I didn't like the pinkish red. It was just a little bit too, well, pinkish. So I just went over I broke the rules, Ben. I'm sorry. I got this dollar store paint and I put red over top of that other paint, okay? Yeah, we'll let it dry and then we'll paint the bottoms green, just like Ben. I don't know, maybe it's going to be a late storm, but the dark clouds are rolling in. Come on, let's see that storm. Okay, so I think the red's pretty well dry almost, even where I got it there. So, one thing I wish I would have did or done would kind of differentiate this nose off the carving itself because, well, now it's just gonna, you gotta kind of think of doing things like this, just like Ben said, they're just real fast carvings, just have fun, enjoy yourself. Think of them as like a folk art, right? So if your paint's not perfect along the nose there, who cares, right? Like, look at old folk art, the way they painted, they just splat the paint on and call it done. Okay, so I got this dark green stuff here. Hopefully it works better than that pink crap. And we'll just go along and might even have to do 2 coats, you know, if you want your piece to, like, not to show the wood grain. I usually don't paint a lot of my wood carving, so this is pretty well all new stuff to me. So, yeah, they're kind of like that, I guess. Sorta. And, probably better if I concentrate when I'm doing this. And I can also listen to music. And the music I listen to won't YouTube, I'll get a copyright strike. So how about I get this guy's painted like this, green here. I guess you can see his arm there. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so Ben said the beard's colors are actually blue. So I got this light blue here. This light blue? Yeah, it's powdered blue. Okay. And I got this white here. Titanium white. So I think I'm gonna do the blue first, then I'll do white over top of the blue, and I'll figure it out. I'll just figure it out. Carry on. Okay, actually, I'm quite impressed by that blue color Ben suggested. He didn't suggest, he just said soft blue, baby blue. So, it looks like they're blue and white. But what I'm going to do now is I got some white poured out in my tray now, and I'm just going to go along and touch the high points. Okay, so there's white on here. I'm just going to go along and give it a little bit of effect there. See that white I put on there? Just on the high points a little bit. Alrighty, so silly little guys. You guys can see underneath here, underneath like the paint. I don't care about up in there because I got plans for these guys. Like, look, I didn't even do the red in the back there. It doesn't matter because it's gonna be sitting like that. Even if somebody holds it way up there, you're not gonna see underneath the back. I don't care. Okay? I just don't care. So, oops. Anyways, I guess now I'll let this stuff dry properly, and then I'll do all the fruity little, sorry, Ben, they're not fruity, the Christmas little white things around here. The only thing different, I don't know what I'm going to do, because mine have are like mushroom caps. They have the thing in there, and Ben's don't, so I don't know how I'm going to do those white lines with the little stars and the circles and the stuff. Anyways, carry on. Okay, so here comes the part I've been dreading to do in my entire life, is put those little tiny white stripes and stuff around here and little stars. I'm just not cut out for this kind of work. This little tiny, I think I should have just got myself a white marker and done this, because look, you gotta keep, look, you gotta keep it. I know what's going to happen is I'm going to get so impatient, I'm just going to end up putting so much paint on this little tiny brush, and I'm already getting pissed off. Sorry for the language. So anyways, you can kind of see what I got to do here. Yeah, hi Lee. Hi. Okay, I'll get this done. I'll be back. Okay, so I got this matte Mod Podge from my buddy Sean Brooks, his YouTube's channel Pen on Fire, if you guys want to check it out. But let's just wait for this Mod Podge to dry, and I'll be back. Okay, so here they are completed. I just want to say my sister came over with her son Corey. She's putting stuff here for a month, some of her furniture here for a month downstairs in the spare bedroom, because she bought a new place and she sold her old place, so she has like a month in between. So she's going to have to stay at another place for a month. But I said, hey Corey, you want to see my new carvings? He goes, yeah, I do. So I said, hold on a second, I'll go grab them. So I went and grabbed them, and Julie says, let's see. My sister's name's Julie. She goes, let's see. I showed them to her. She's like, oh my God, they're so cute. That's before I had the little paint. That's before I had the little paint on the thing there done and them Mod Podged. She's like, they're so cute. How much? I said $50. She looks at me. She goes, $50? I said, yeah, $50. They take a lot of freaking work. She turns around slowly and gives me the worst mead mug. And I'm like, well, it looks like you ain't buying a gnome, because I'm not selling them for cheaper than $50. You know, it's a full 360. People don't realize how much work things take. These $50 is a little bit high, but I'll tell you what. Since she gave me the mean mug for these things for $50, well, in the next video that I do, I'm going to show you how to make these things worth $100 with some other things included. Yep, so there's his arms. I don't know if his arms worked out good. Trial and error. What do you think, Studio on the Lake? What do you think, Ben? I guess I could have done his arms better, like taking more wood away inside here. You guys see, like, look at the paint. Look at, there's still wood color there. The nose isn't perfect. It's all like, I don't care. I really don't care. There you go. There's your gnome, Studio on the Lake. Hope you're doing good, buddy, and fly that helicopter safe. Be well, and you guys follow Just Carve Rob on YouTube and Ben's Studio on the Lake. Like I showed you, Ben, I got my book here for water painting. I just got to get the paints and carry on. Hope everybody's good. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one. Show you how to make these things worth $100. I love marshmallows. Thanks for making me waste $50, Ben. Yep, appreciate it. Okay, so things kind of changed a bit. To get the better detail in the the beard hairs, I switched to a little... Fuck. Okay, so things changed a bit. I switched out the little metalworking burrs, and I put this flame one in there. Come on, zoom in, you son of a... Okay, back at the home fort. So this is the paint that I got, okay? Actually, we're just going to zoom in. Fuck. I love marshmallows. Thanks for making... Fuck. I also got this little brush with this little tip on it for the little fruity stuff on the sparkle things on the head. Fuck. Oh, okay. Actually,